Okay, not the best of light today because it's getting dark again already. I was going to drop this in. So I've been off to Mark Dent and he very kindly put this all back together for me. And he did notice a few things. Like there was a little bent thing here, I think. So he's, you know, it's just, would I have noticed that? No idea. But he put this together as quick as you could think. I think he did it within, I don't know, with me chatting to him, probably 10 minutes, I don't know. Took him no time at all. Now all I've got to do is line it up because I don't want to take the oil pump off. So I've got to line this up and then hopefully just drop it in. Now I have given it a couple of goes and it's harder than you think. So hopefully this time, I mean this drops out. So I pushed it right in because obviously it's all, till it meets the other side, it's all loose. So hopefully after my couple of goes, the third time lucky, it will just drop in and all good, hopefully, and we can get it going again. Back into the garage. So small progress, or maybe large progress. So when I went to Mark Dent, this had a tiny little pinhole in it, so he kindly welded that up. And then as per my previous video, he put all this back together for me, but I was struggling to get it in. But this morning it slotted straight in, so that's all cool. Hope everything's there, because things could keep dropping off it. So that's that. Now I just got to remember how all these bits go back together. And the one thing that was actually installed incorrectly was there was this tiny little thinnest of washers, rubber washers, on the inside. It was on the shaft, and Mark said that was in the wrong place. So apparently it goes on this side, and I thought I was going to have to take all this off to get it on, but I've put it on and put the there's like a spacer, and I've pushed it in with a spacer, so hopefully that's okay. Now this isn't quite lining up correctly yet, so I assume when I tighten it all up, it'll bring it this way a bit more. I need to check. I've only just dropped it on, so you know, iron things up as ever. But yeah, so yeah, I assume that when I do all that lot up, it'll pull it in a bit more. The only thing I don't know is this thing here I thought was just a bolt, which is there, but in the manual it calls that some form of can't remember what it's called, but it was as if it was like a locking, it said something like a locking gear locker or something, which I don't know what that is. But again, there's little things like this that without the knowledge you wonder if it's all right, but I'm sure it will be. At least I got it back in anyway. Into the garage. So I have been working away on this, took all night to work out the little bits, e.g. looking at videos, because I couldn't quite work out. There's a little, you can't see it now, but there's a, I think they call it a cam stopper. I didn't know which way round it went. It's only a bit of metal. I wasn't entirely sure if the AI tells me that the gear changing metal doesn't just sit underneath this drum, whereas I think it does. So anyway, I've put it all back together. I haven't done anything up tight yet, but I did put it in gear first and second, and it is as smooth as you like, just clicks in gently, so that's promising. So hopefully I've done it. Yeah, hopefully everything's you never know, it's simple, yet it's anything. You could just anything can go wrong and it'll probably knacker it up. So hopefully, I've only got a few bits left. Now, for the experts that are watching this, they'll be like, God, it's so simple. Yeah, it is when you've done it. I've never opened a gearbox before. And it is fair. It's really, I'm always amazed at who the hell invented that. It is so amazing. But yeah, once you've done it, it's quite easy, but it's so intricate and amazing. But anyway, hopefully it's gonna go. And like I say, it's really slick. So hopefully my update to the new what do you call them, actual gears, hopefully that's going to make it a big difference, and it'll live forever on. What else I was going to say about it? Yeah, well, that's it really. Well, back in the garage, and I think this is finished. So I've just got to do the chain up. So I've got this special tool down there that just goes in there. A bit rough there, I need to tidy that up. But it was touching, well, it didn't touch, but there's a risk that the chain, if it ever goes slack, will touch this. So so I need to be aware of that. I've done everything else, I believe. It's smooth going in and out of gear now. So hopefully we're there. The only thing I will do is I've decided, Mark Dent kindly gave me some jets, but what I'll do, I think I'll put the standard, I'm going to put it all standard with the standard airbox to start with, just to get it, you know, let's see if there's, rather than faffing around, does it go? Is there any gearbox issues? Anything else wrong with it? And then once I got it running, we can go from there, I think. And I just need to sync these carbs up as well, just to make sure it's as good as it can be, and then that'll be it. So yeah, I'm a bit apprehensive, to be fair. Looking absolutely stunning, but I'm a bit apprehensive that something might go wrong. Just a point about the seat, anyone going, that looks weird, this seat is just on there temporarily. When I did a little test run, I've got a green seat coming, so it'll be the proper job, hopefully. So yeah. Last piece of the puzzle. So I put all these original parts on. Interestingly, when I bought this bike, it had these on, but these weren't installed, so it was just flapping. So what a joke that was. So there was an air filter in here but obviously it was sucking straight out of these pipes, not joined, so that was a joke. But I've just got the last piece. So this is, I've just sprayed this with the oil, the special oil. In the 80s, we used to just dip them in 2-stroke oil, as far as I remember. And then give them a squeeze and then stick them in. But apparently that wasn't the best thing to do. But there we go. So I'll just put a little bit more on that side and then stick it in, and off we go. Okay, so there it is. What a beauty. Now the red seat does look a bit odd, although it's got red touches on it. So I'm gonna wait for my green seat. I rocked it and checked the gears earlier, and they felt it really slick. So hopefully this will now work. I say it in a funny voice because I just really hope there's nothing else wrong with it. The only thing that I've got to check is there's a little washer on the inside of here, and with that washer it won't kick, and without the washer it will. So even though I've got 3 different size washers and I put the thinnest on, I don't know, I might take this off again and see whether I can get that, because that's a bit worrying. But saying that, it didn't have one on there previously. But there we go. So can't wait to start it and see if it works this time. Okay, so back in the garage. Now, this bike that I've been struggling to put back together, and got all excited that I had put it back together. As soon as I put it in gear, it locked exactly like it did when it broke. Now, all I can ascertain, and it's got massive clutch drag, so all I can ascertain is I reckon I put too many clutch plates in it, thinking I was doing my RG500. It's not an RG500, it's a 400 engine. So I understand they have a less clutch plate. And so my assumption is I've packed the clutch out, I went to put it in gear, and it's whacked it in gear and broke the already broken. It had a welded cassette plate, and I think it broke that. That's my assumption. So let's open it up and have a look. When I did have it running though, because I assume just running it without putting it in gear was all right, it suddenly cut out, and I thought, oh, here goes, it's seized. But it was that's not very good. I don't know why that's like that. That's a bit weird. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna have to get the tank off of it. But yeah, so the point I was trying to make before I got interrupted by looking at this, yeah, it suddenly stopped, and I think it's electrical because it was weak on first cylinder. So I'm guessing I need a new coil. But again, because it just died really harshly. And normally when they die, I thought it had a little bit of a putt as if running out of fuel, but this thing just stopped, and that's what, never had that before on one of these. And I was like, whoa, is it just totally locked up and stopped? But it did start again, no problem. So I am on the belief that that's an electrical issue, but we will find out. As ever, after work in the garage. Now, this gearbox, I've entered all the details into ChatGPT, and it says there's nothing wrong with this gearbox, but I don't believe it. But a ride up the road might prove that it's right, or it could prove fatal. But very kindly, Mark Dent has said that he'll be able to fix this within a, you know, just bring it down, he said, and I'll fix it. So so that's what I'm going to plan to do. Still a bit of a pain because I've got to get a van, because I don't want to ride it down there in first gear. However, before I do that, every time I turn it on, petrol absolutely spews out of this one here. So I'm going to take that off and see what's going on with that carburetor. Obviously, little sticky valve, I would have thought, but let's have a look. And then if I can get it running right, then as in the engine's just running right, then obviously I can take it down there, and he can hopefully just strip all this off, find the issue, and we're good to go, I hope. Fingers crossed. So the good news is that one carb was just a sticky float as expected, and I managed to get that bottom bowl off and just give it a little mess about, so that's all good. And it was running like rubbish, and I noticed, so first thing you do in my mind is to check the air screws, and they were way out, miles out, so I'm so forgetful, probably didn't set them up. And then the one on the pot one was not even in properly, it was way out, so put them all to 1.25 turns out. Now it's running pretty sweet, and I've tried to put it in gear again. It will go in gear, it's just stiff, and I reckon it's the drum. I reckon the drum selector. It could be the forks, but something's not quite right in there. Only slightly out, but that's what it takes, right? Just a little bit out. So I'll take it to Mark, and hopefully he can debug it. Nearly there. It's promising. music. So that's the two. They both go. As you see, or hear, that red one's angry. That's a big angry one. And this one's a little gentle one. So it's a lovely bike, but as you can see, it sounds weak compared to that one. And I think 400 engine, 500 engine, it'll be the same, you know, compared to that thing. It is that is a special. It's Mark Dent prepared, 570, 110 bhp. So I know there's ones that are further up on the scale, and tempted to have a little bit. I was chatting to Mark the other day about maybe increasing the power on that one, but the thing is, the difference is this will be fun, but you'll hit 9 and that's it's all over. Whereas that thing, you know, you'll be able to ride this. Like I say, it's fun, but it's nothing you can't handle. That thing is, you got to watch what you're doing with that one, especially on roads. I don't know about on track, I bet it's ideal, and that's why they won so much. But yeah, on the roads, that one goes too fast, really. You know, as soon as you crack open the throttle, it's like, oh my god, got to really have your wits about you. This be like riding an RD350, I expect, which I was doing when I was 17. So, but we'll see. I'm sure it'll be really good fun, whatever the case. So good, just got to get that box sorted, because everything else sounds sweet as now. Summer must be coming, because I've seen the sun shining for at least 3 or 4 days without any rain. So that means, although this has got an MOT on it, this red and black one, I'm going for an MOT today. I was going to go the other day, but then I come out to the garage and the indicator wouldn't work, which was just a dodgy wire, easily fixed, although I thought it was a relay, so I went and bought a new relay, whipped the tank off to inspect, just to find it was a dodgy wire. And then I put a new number plate on because it was cracked. I assumed they'd fail that. And the back, again, I took all the back off of it because I thought the brake light wasn't working, because that seems to go every winter. However, it wasn't the bulb, it was just needed to press a bit harder on the pedal. And but what did go is the rear number plate light, which goes every winter also. Weirdly, that had gone, so I replaced that because I've got a whole box of them. And then this one, I don't know what's wrong with it. It starts fine, it runs fine, although when I did take it for a little test drive, the back wheel locked up, the engine just died instantly. So I'm wondering if it's got a dodgy coil on it. I have got some new coils, and also what arrived yesterday was a new set of clutch friction pads and the springs, because I'm still having issues with the clutch. Well, I assume it's clutch dragging, so it won't come out of gear. So I'm assuming that if I strip the clutch, put new steels in, new clutch friction pads, maybe that is the issue. So we'll try that. Otherwise, back to Mark Dent. You won't believe it. It's fixed. So I don't know what I've done. I've fixed it. I don't know why it sort of just died the other day. And as far as the, yeah, no idea. Well, maybe I need to go for a run. But as far as the gearbox, it seems fine. It was the clutch. Now again, I'll tell you what I think it was. Put a different cable on it. I've also stripped the clutch out, and I put a new set of friction plates in there. Steels weren't that great, to be fair, but it now changes in and out of gear, and it will go in and out. There's no clutch drag, so brilliant! I've done it.